Hey everybody, this video is going to show you how to format your APA references page in the online version of Word. So be sure to like and subscribe below to keep these videos coming. So I'm going to use the template that we set up from a previous video. We are in the online version of Word, so not the desktop app. There is a different video for that. The desktop app has some features in it that the online version doesn't, and so the formatting is a little bit different depending on which app you're using. So if we are looking at our template, the very first thing that you'll notice is that you cannot see your page numbers in the top when you are looking at your document. So you want to make sure that your page numbers are in the top right-hand corner. So if you did it correctly, you went to Insert and then you inserted a page number, not a header or footer. You went to page numbers, not header footer. And then you selected the one that said top right. It should not have your last name in it. If you want to make sure that you did it right, the way to see it is to go to the tab that says View at the top, and you want to select from the right hand, so from the left hand side, where it says Reading View. That's actually a print view, and it would show you what your document would look like if you actually printed it out. So when it pops up with that reading view, you can see in the top right corner that your page number is in there correctly. If you open it and you look at it and it's your last name in there, you would want to go in and delete your last name. So for APA, it's page number only in that top right-hand corner. When you're done looking at it and checking to make sure that it's right, you go to Edit Document, and then you just make quick changes right here. And that will take you back to the document that you can actually type into. So APA has a title page that you use before your essays. It's on a page by itself. I'm going to try to make it a little bit bigger when it adjusts. So when you are on the top line for your title page, you hit enter 4 times. And this is, of course, with the setting of double spacing. All of your academic essays should be set to double space. You hit enter 4 times, and then you write the title of your essay centered and in bold. So that's a little different than MLA. After you have your title centered in bold, you hit enter twice to leave an extra line of space after your title. Then you type your name, and underneath that, the department for this writing assignment and your college or university name. So my students would write Department of English, comma, and our university name. Underneath that is the course name, and that includes the course code and the actual title of the course. That's something that you would pull from your syllabus or from your online learning management system. Underneath that is your instructor's name, and underneath that is the due date for the assignment. Once you've done that, you hit enter, and then insert a page break to move you to the next available page, and that's where you'll actually put your essay. So don't hit enter a bunch of times, use insert page break, and it will automatically bump you to the top line of the next page. On that page, you can check to make sure that your page numbers will be up there. You'd use the reading view for that. On this page, on the very top line, centered and in bold, is again your essay title. Underneath that is where you've typed your essay. When you are done with your essay, you hit insert page break again to move you to the top line of the next page, and that's where your references page will go. On the top line of this page, you type the word references, plural, that is centered and in bold. So that's a little different than how MLA does their works cited page. So what I did here is basically kept a running tab of all of the sources that I used for my essay. I typed out the actual reference entries on this page and just skipped a line of space in between each of those as I was working. Now I'm going to have to format all of these to have my page be correct. So the first thing, of course, I have to get rid of all of the extra lines of space between my entries. So we don't use those extra lines of space. Second, all of these entries are going to have to be double spaced. And then third, they're all going to have hanging indent. And then finally, they have to be in alphabetical order based on the first word of the entry. So the easiest thing I think personally to do is go ahead and put them in alphabetical order before you get started on doing anything else while they're nice and single spaced. So when I look at these, C comes before Z, but Z is going to be at the end of the alphabet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this one, and I'm going to move it to the end. So once you highlight it, you can use copy and then paste and all of that, or you can just highlight it and drag it. And I'm going to drag it to the very bottom here because I know that Z is going to be at the end. All right, so then I'll go back up to the top. C does come before D. but B comes before C. So again, I'm going to highlight this one, and then I'm going to grab it and drag it in front of the C, because that's where I want it to end up. Helps if it actually works. There, I can see it. Okay, now B is before C, D, A needs to be first. So again, I'm going to grab a hold of this one. Make sure I actually see it. There it is. All right, so now A, B, C, D, T, V, Z. All right, the rest of those are correct in alphabetical order. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these extra lines of space because those all have to go. I'm going to bring them all up so that they're all right underneath each other. All right, now that looks like a hot mess. Students, do not turn something in that looks like that. All right, so now I'm going to highlight them all, and now I'm going to go in and fix my line spacing issues. So what I want to do under the Home tab in the paragraph section is find the button that has the lines that have the blue arrows going up and down. When I click on that, what I want to do is go directly to line spacing options, because I can do everything I need to do from that tab. So down here, it looks like the settings wheel, line spacing options, and this is what I want to check. So my general alignment needs to say left. If it is blank or something weird, select left from the drop down. Under indentation, before and after should say 0, but this is where I'm going to do my hanging indent. So hanging indent is a type of special indentation. So the program will do it for me. I just have to, under the drop down special, choose hanging, and then where it says by, make sure it says 0.5 inches, so it's a ½ inch. Then over here under spacing, I want before and after need to say 0. Now the default for Word, the desktop and online, is to add that 8 point of space after the lines. We don't want that. So I'm going to go here and click the down button until I get to 0. So before and after need to say 0 point. Then under line spacing, I need it to say double. Once I've done those changes, then I hit OK. And now they're in alphabetical order, they are double spaced, and they all have their hanging indent. So that's how you format this page. And of course, double check your font. It doesn't matter as much for APA what your font is, as long as it is consistent throughout the essay. Of course, if your instructor gives you a specific font, like Times New Roman 12, absolutely use what they said to use. Otherwise, there are a handful of accepted fonts from APA, including Calibri 11 and, of course, Times New Roman 12, but there are a couple of other options as well. Just make sure that throughout the essay you've used the same consistent font. That is how you put together formatting your APA references page using the online version of Word. So I hope this helps. Good luck with your project and have a great day.